welcome to the Wargaming Luke show here on my YouTube channel. It's a pleasure, as it is every day, to be joined by you guys, my wargaming friends from all the way around the world, to join me on the virtual tabletop as we discuss all things wargaming news, tabletop gaming news, a little bit of, I would say, miniature board games here and there as well, and anything kind of related to things around our hobby, such as what we're going to be discussing today. The show today is going to be a bit different, guys. We have the droppings? The bird shit? I don't know. We've got the bird shit dropping Warhammer Plus today. It dropped at about 1 PM UK time, and yeah, I mean, I've subscribed for the first day, probably for the first month, because GW have been kind enough to just give me a £10 voucher for it anyway at the end of this month, so I'm going to be subscribed for a month anyway. I don't see the disadvantage to that. It won't harm me, it won't hurt me. And yeah, I mean, we've got plenty to talk about it, but guys, I mean, basically, guys, this show is going to be slightly different to the usual show that I would do for the Wargaming Luke show. Usually, you guys would submit your main topics throughout the week, whether it be Warhammer, whether it be Infinity, whether it be, I don't know, new games, you know, indie games, whatever it might be around Wargaming that you guys want to talk about. We will then talk about and take your main topics. And then the second half of the show, usually we take your live tip questions that you put to me to discuss with this, you and the community live on the show, and we get your question on air. However, today's going to be a slightly different format just because of the bird shit droppings of this, it's not shit though, I shouldn't probably say that, of Warhammer Plus. And so I thought we'd just do a slightly different format for the show today, because we weren't exactly going to get tons of questions in at this early point of release. So, but what I've managed to do is I've subscribed earlier today. It's now about nearly 5 PM UK time. And I'm pre-recording this for you guys. It'll go up in a preview anyway, so I'll be in the comments probably talking to you guys about it. But I've pretty much watched everything that's up there already on Warhammer TV that's exclusive to Warhammer Plus members, and obviously the rest of it that comes with it just goes without saying, like the app premium on the app and different things like that. But what I'm going to do first here, guys, is I'm going to do a little short kind of review and first thoughts and everything on everything you get in Warhammer Plus, the Warhammer TV stuff, and then I will go into separate topics based around and my thoughts on, and you guys can obviously give in your thoughts by using the tip link. I'll go over that in a moment for the next show, and we'll discuss your questions live and your thoughts on Warhammer Plus and whatnot, and the shows included and whatnot. But yeah, we'll do a separate few topics after I've given my first thoughts and review on it overall, on some of the main things that are up on the Warhammer TV from the get-go. But guys, what I'll do first here, ready for the next show, which I'm planning on being for Friday, maybe Sunday. We'll see when it comes out and when I can get to filming it, and when we get enough main topics in from you guys. But usually on the show, what we will do is take your main topics for the first half of the show. It's completely free. I'll put it on screen for you guys now. To submit your topic or questions, send it to wargamingluke@gmail.com. That's my email. Send it straight over to me. We'll get your main topic on, whether it's talking about a new game that's released, a preview for something, there's just news around GW, etc. If you watch the last show, guys, you'll get the gist. Please do send over your topics. It'd be great to get your topics on the show. And yeah, we'll look forward to that. But otherwise, second half of the show usually, so for this will be for the next show, we usually get your live questions sent in. And because I can't record these or film these live at the moment because of my current situation with Virgin Media not giving me instant access to great Wi-Fi, which means I'm currently using 3G from my phone to actually pre-record this and try and upload it via my PC. That's how hectic it is for me at the moment. We're trying to do content for you guys. But yeah, anyway, second half of the show, usually you guys send in your tip live questions. So to do that, you can support the show and get your comment/question on air, and go to the link in the description below. It'll be on this video as well. Go to that link, or you can enter it in manually on your browser, rb.gy/OTUPAU. Go ahead over to the tip page there, guys. Tip whatever amount you wish to support the channel, but also get your topic in, as well as supporting the channel to give us, the community, a great topic or question to discuss. And I look forward to receiving those in, guys. Hopefully we'll get I've got a couple in for today's show, but I thought I'll leave it. It's only been a day, really, since I released the last Wargaming Luke show, so we'll wait until we get a few more from you guys, and we'll put all those and answer those all together on the next Wargaming Luke show later in the week. But otherwise, guys, that's enough of me blabbing on about all that to do with the show. Let's get into my review and my thoughts on Warhammer Plus as a whole before I go into the separate topics for today, based on what we've got already. But what I'll do, guys, I'll shove on screen for you here if I can find it. There we go. And that is basically when you go onto Warhammer Community today, as of today onwards, they have got this on the main screen, and as you can see, hold on, so there you go, that's the page you'll come across. It's launched, it's up. Come subscribe now. Yep, typical GW. But this is what they're offering, essentially, with a bit of a, hashtag not so much everything straight away, I suppose. But yeah, this is what they're offering to us on the day of the dropping all the content, essentially. So what you see here, the top part here, exclusive offers, £10 gift voucher. To my knowledge, you have to sign up for 2 months worth of payment. So they say sign up before a certain date. I think it's the 31st of August. If you sign up before then, they're going to give you a £10 gift voucher for Games Workshop. To be fair, guys, first month worth of signing up, I'm just going to say this straight away, my thoughts, it's worth it. It's worth it just for you guys to check it out, to watch what's on there already, to get the £10 gift voucher for Games Workshop anyway. Why not? You're spending a tenner for 2 months worth. Probably that's what, $15 in the US. And you're getting a £10 gift voucher back anyway. I don't know if this offer, by the way, is the same wherever you guys are, but it is over here. So I'm going to imagine it's probably similar for you wherever you are around the world. But otherwise, we already know they've said you get to choose one of the 2 miniatures. You got the assassin on top of that beautiful piece of terrain. I'm looking forward to maybe getting hold of that. Or you can get the big Orc War Boss. Both unique models to anybody who signs up to this. And you can also, I believe, after a year of subscribing, you can choose one of these models for free as part of that year's subscription. And you also have the option to buy the other model if you wish to. We don't yet know, I don't think, how much that's actually going to be. Also up as per today, exclusive shows from their Warhammer TV. So the way this works, guys, you go onto Warhammer Community, you go into your My Warhammer login, and essentially once you subscribed, it's all under the banner of Warhammer Community. You have a separate kind of thing for Warhammer TV. Warhammer TV includes your exclusive shows, your animations, and your Warhammer Vault goes separately somewhere else as well as your premium app access. But yeah, the exclusive shows, you get the Battle Report is already up, and also Citadel Colour Masterclass with Louise. She's got a couple of episodes up as well. And you can see what episodes are already up there for the Battle Report stuff. I've checked out all of this already, guys, so it's I will get to talk more about it. The animation section, the first episode of Angels of Death, we'll talk about that in a bit. Hammer and Bolter, we already saw the preview with one of the episodes, Old Baelai, following Commissar Yarrick. And they've released 2 more on top of that, for 3 episodes in total for Hammer and Bolter, Bound for Greatness and Death's Hand. Whereas Angels of Death is like an animated series that follows the same story, Hammer and Bolter has a separate storyline, short story, each episode basically. And both animations are very different style of animation, obviously. We'll get into that more later. Warhammer Vault, you get access to lots of old White Dwarfs and kind of any content they've previously put up on Warhammer Community, etc. For free. That's included in this. You get unlimited access to all that on there. So you get all like the novella and lore and things like that behind it. Premium app access, so the Age of Sigmar builder app and Warhammer 40k builder app for building your lists, and you can obviously get your codexes and stuff on there if you've got the codes for them, and battle tomes. Instead of paying monthly for those now, if you pay for Warhammer Plus, you get those, which, to be fair, as I'm going to reveal in a moment, there's a certain audience that Warhammer Plus is going to be for, I think, beyond the animations if you're interested in that, which is, I think, what most people will be interested in seeing, but we'll go on to that in a moment. And more content added every Wednesday. That's going to be their day for dropping more content. I don't believe we've heard yet from GW. Sorry guys, that's gone wrong there. I don't believe we've heard yet from GW whether we're going to get another episode for each of these things every Wednesday, or if they're just going to release, like, I don't know, one from each thing every few weeks or so, and then that means you'll get an episode of something every week. I think that's more the route they're going down. I'm not so sure about that. That's going to be one of my negatives about this, to be honest. But we'll go back over to there anyway so I can explain things more as I go through a brief summary of these for my review. So obviously you're going to get the miniature if you sign up for a year. That's by the by. If you want to do that, you do it. The £10 gift voucher, like I've said already, that makes it worth, in my opinion, signing up for a month anyway. Why not? Like, you're essentially just spending £10 at Games Workshop rather than... And you're getting Warhammer Plus for free for a month. So... why not? Or 2 months, I think it works out as. But yeah. So the animations, the exclusive shows here. Battle Report, they've got 2 battle reports up. These are done by Nick and Patrick. So far they've done both battle reports. Really cool guys by the seams of things. As always, Games Workshop are prodding their employees and their staff to be cheesy as hell. But it kind of worked in some areas, it kind of didn't in others, but they were very professional about it as well. Came across really fun. The actual layout and things of the battle reports, you're looking at more really high quality, mostly bird's eye view, constantly changing cameras, animations at the start. Obviously, fantastic quality. I'll go more into these in a bit. Those alone are... If they're going to release those, I don't know if they said they're going to release them if they released one of these every week, that's going to be, if they release one of these every week, or at least a couple every week, that's going to be nearly worth, alongside animations, having this Warhammer Plus thing in itself, if you enjoy watching battle reports. I didn't know what their battle reports were going to be like. I enjoyed watching them. It's not even my style of battle report I enjoy watching. I tend to prefer like the mini wargaming style. I love watching battle reports, not as much as I used to. I've filmed battle reports myself. I know how difficult they are to do. And yeah, these guys nailed it, to be fair. You guys, once you've watched it, you can let me know in the comments down below if they've kind of... I don't know, got any of the rules wrong or anything like that, because that's the only risky thing they're going to have to tackle, I suppose, but I'll get more into that later when I go deep dive into it. But the battle reports, from what I saw, really pretty fun, really pretty cool. I'm going to be honest here, guys, the Citadel Colour Masterclass with Louise, painting tutorial stuff does not interest me in the slightest, but they introduced a wet blending and a painting faces tutorial, or she did, should I say. She's a lovely girl. Fairly long tutorials, 2 episodes to get going there with, as I say. I think they said that for these battle reports and things and the masterclasses, they're going to release something every week, or not, if not every other week. So, you know, worthwhile. It's all very high quality, very well done. More elite level painting tutorials, really, rather than you know, amateur stuff, I would say. But then if you're going to sign up to this, you're probably not going to be expecting amateur tutorial videos. They do that for free as it is. So there you go. The animations, Angels of Death, like I say, follows a storyline. Only the first episode dropped. Was more like a trailer for the rest of the series, in my opinion, but was still pretty cool. The animation style for that one isn't quite my cup of tea, but I'll go more in depth on it later. Hammer and Bolter, we saw the first episode. The other 2 episodes, very interesting in their own right. This series was my favourite out of the 2. Neither of them blew my mind, to be honest, or were like, oh my god, this is amazing, but they're both pretty neat. You get them as part of your subscription. Most people are probably going to want to come check these out in terms of subscribing. I haven't checked out Warhammer Vault, but I know it's there. I might go and dip into some older white dwarfs at some point maybe. This feature, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, doesn't really bother me too much. I'm not a reading fellow. I prefer my audiobooks or the animations. I'm a visual person. I'm a visual learner, and that's that really. So I'll get more into that later. But yes, Warhammer Vault is there. You get access to lots of old Warhammer lore and stuff that's been put on Warhammer Community previously to now. The premium map access. I'm not a massive 40k and Age of Sigmar player, but I am looking at getting into it more, and obviously I try to follow the meta and things like that for you guys. But obviously having these two apps for free, Age of Sigmar, I think they said they're releasing next month, or end of this month or next week, I believe. Alongside on next Wednesday as well, I think they're going to be releasing Lore Masters, which is their other exclusive show, where each episode is about a different section of Warhammer lore, whether it's Age of Sigmar or 40k, which I'm actually looking forward to because, once again, I'm not a Black Library reader. I listen to some of the audiobooks, but I'm really not a book person. I'm not a bookworm. I enjoy listening to people on YouTube, or in this case on Warhammer Plus here. I'll enjoy more listening about the lore, to learn about the lore behind Warhammer, rather than reading the books. So that, for me, I think I will enjoy. We'll wait and see how that works out, but that'll be next week. Overall thoughts then, guys, for what the offering is from the get-go. Like I say, for the first month, I think it's well worth signing up to. Why wouldn't you? You get this voucher in return anyway. Beyond that point, what's on offer straight away if I didn't have that voucher? If I was getting a new episode for both animations next week, for both Hammer and Bolter and Angels of Death, and a new battle report, and the new show that's coming, I'd be happy. I don't think we're going to be getting that, so therefore my excitement about this has been dampened a lot more, and expectations have to be lowered, I think. And whether my subscription will be carrying on after the next week or two and this month ends to get that voucher, at the moment, I'm going to say no. I think I'd rather wait a year, sign up for a month, watch all the animations, drop out again. I've got to be honest, guys. That's being purely honest. Even if they, to be honest, release the animations every couple of weeks and they release battle reports every week, I might consider staying on. And obviously I get access to the apps because I might find those useful in coming time. The apps are a bit buggy here and there, though, so it's we'll see. I'm not going to be signing up for the year, I don't think, just to get the mini. The exclusive minis really don't bother me particularly. They are cool, but I've got to be honest, not my cup of tea. You guys, I'm sure a lot of you will want them and will want to sign up just for that. But yeah, guys. Yeah, like I say, overall thoughts. I've tempered my expectations, really. I'm more interested now just to see what content they release every week. It's $4.99 a month. What is it? $5.99 US. I don't know where else in the world how much it is, but dollars $5.99 I think it is a month. If we're not going to be getting good regular content every week, that's a similar cost to Amazon Prime, Netflix, or at least slightly cheaper, but more or less there. Think about how much content they release each week. And if you're going to be paying the same amount of money, I'd expect to get the same back. You get what I mean? So I know that it isn't just the animations and the exclusive shows on here that you're meant to be getting for your money. You're getting the exclusive model if you keep paying the money. You get the premium app access. You get the Warhammer Vault. Whether those things make it worthwhile, I think more or less depends on if you're a massive Warhammer 40,000 or Age of Sigmar player. I think this Warhammer Plus instantly boosts your likelihood to want to sign up to Warhammer Plus, and I think that's where we're at, really. I'm more of a skirmish game player. As my favourite games, I like their smaller games as well, a Games Workshop like Warcry, Kill Team, that sort of thing, but I do like their big games, but not enough to maybe make use of the apps and the battle reports, things like that. But like I say, guys, I will make up my mind more as the weeks go on with this. I'll be really interested to see how they drop more content every week, and then maybe we'll come back and revisit for another video on this. But that's my overall thoughts on the release of Warhammer Plus, guys, after checking out all the content today. What are your thoughts? I'm sure you have many, guys. Please do leave your comments below. and let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys, right. Let's get into then kind of the first topic I reckon we should probably talk about, which would be the animations that GW have released upon signing up to Warhammer Plus for you to watch. Now, I was slightly disappointed when we found out a couple of days back that we'd only be getting one episode of Angels of Death, which we'd already seen, I think, 5 minutes of, I believe. Which is only like an 18-minute episode, by the way. And 3 episodes of Hammer and Bolter, which are separate stories in their own right, which we'll go through now, but are only about the same time limit each, and we'd already got one of them for free anyway, because they released it to tease people in. So really, I got an hour and 10 minutes, no, not even that, sorry, an hour of animations that I hadn't seen already for $4.99. That's what I'm getting if I'm signing up to Warhammer Plus just for animations. I can't lie, guys, that's disappointed me slightly. What I've watched has been kind of cool. I would describe the animation from both as like low tier, mid 2000s, like PS2, PS3, Xbox 360 graphic games. So you know when you get your cutscenes from games such as like your older Call of Duty and things like that. That's the kind of animation level for me that is in this, and CGI and whatnot. I wouldn't really call it CGI, just animation. We'll start off with Angels of Death. I'll get it on screen here for you guys. There we go. So this is on the Warhammer TV, and you only get access to this, obviously, if you are subscribed. The Blood and Duty is the first one of the Angels of Death here series. I don't know, like I say, if they're going to release one of these every week. I hope so, because the first episode was short, shy of 20 minutes, and was pretty much a trailer, if I'm being completely honest, for the series. It felt like a short trailer for the rest of the series and the exciting stuff that's to come. You'll get my point if you've watched it, I think. It was still pretty neat. The animation was pretty cool. I felt like if it was fully in colour, though, and not just the red and black, the animation wouldn't have looked amazing. But... And remember, guys, I'm not saying this as an insult to the guys who developed this. It's still really cool. I'm loving seeing a full animation for anything Warhammer here. So don't get me wrong, I'm really enjoying watching these, but I have to be a critic on them. And my honest opinion is, from the get-go, I would have liked a little more. Even just 2 episodes for this. Getting 3 episodes for Hammer and Bolter, great. That was my preferred of the 2 on the drop here. But essentially, you're looking at Blood and Duty. The Blood Angel Strike Cruiser Sword of Baal hangs in orbit over the planet Neadis, trapped by warp storms. Aboard the ship's complement of Space Marines chaff at their inaction, their commander, Captain Orfeo, has travelled to the surface to investigate. And essentially, I can't tell you too much more from the first episode. I don't want to ruin too much. But essentially, their mission is to be getting their ship holds a ton of their gene seed, essentially, which obviously we know that's how Marines are made, and they kind of their next generation of Marines essentially is held on these ships and things, but they're trying to get them down to the planet essentially, but they can't because of this thick fog. We're not sure what's causing it or anything like that yet, and where their commander that's gone down to the surface of the planet has gone missing to, and so the rest of the crew essentially in this first episode it's their preparations on the ship to go down to the planet, and more or less at the end of the episode it ends at that point where they're about to drop down in the drop pods, and that's about it. That's not even really spoilers or anything, that's been in the trailer. And so I was a bit disappointed with the end of the episode, I have to say, that it just kind of cut off at that point. We had quite a little bit of setup for the characters and things, which is fine, but I would have liked a second episode there just to kind of cement that and get into a little bit more of the action maybe, and also what's happening down on the planet. I mean, I get them kind of teasing us ready for the second episode, but at the end of the day, I would imagine if we've signed up to a month anyway, we're going to get it within that month, so it's not like they're going to lose money. It's not like they need to tease us. We've already signed up to it. So I just felt a bit let down with that. Overall, though, the voice acting, fantastic. The animation I've already discussed, not my favourite kind of look to it, to be honest, but it did the job for me. And it was great to see some of the setting, and obviously put into animation for an episode this long, obviously was pretty cool. Voice acting was brilliant. The music score by Jonathan Hartman, I'm giving him a shout out. So far from what I've seen, he's doing most of the music for all of their scores for all of their series that they're releasing on animations, and it's a really good score. So Jonathan Hartman, shout out there. Really nice score line to these. Really added to the atmosphere of it and everything like that. So, and within all of these animations, they definitely nailed the theme. You'd expect that to come directly from GW. They will be overseeing this without a doubt. But I have to say, was very happy with the music score and things like that across all episodes. But yeah, I'm not going to give a rating. I never give a rating to anything like games or anything like that or these things. But the first episode, you know, I'm tempered with it, but it was still pretty cool. But I was a bit let down that there wasn't more there, really, to be honest. But yeah, I think if there was more, I might have had a slightly higher feeling about it. But otherwise, yeah, it is what it is, guys. But yeah, anyway, that was the Blood and Duty. This is kind of like your homepage that you get on there, if you see. Okay, you've got the Hammer and Bolter there. Look. Just click on that for you guys. Hopefully it will load and it's not going to mess with me. Here we go. Okay. So you've got 3 episodes that drop straight away on Warhammer Plus. You've got first episode was Death's Hand, which follows Inquisitor Kiamaro's death has been foretold. Is a certainly, yet he will do anything to prevent it, even embracing the heretical ways of the alien, Eldari. His endeavours draw the attention of a fellow Inquisitor who resolves to challenge Kiamo. And essentially, guys, I'm going to say this. I think this was. I would say all 3 episodes were very different. This one had quite a bit of action in it. Once again, only just under 20 minutes. The animation style for all of these, I prefer the animation style here. It's a bit more anime or manga, I guess you could say. And Death's Hand was pretty neat. It follows two different Inquisitors and their crews. I loving the Inquisition stories and things like that for Games Workshop. I love the mix of Xenos that they include in their crews and things, and you certainly see this within this. Even one of the Inquisitors has like a Katachan warrior within his ranks. It's pretty neat. And he's just kind of there behind him sharpening his blade. It's really, really cool to see that in an animated form. And they get down with it and they get into the fighting, and it's pretty cool. You have some kind of like assassins mixed in there, so like Vindicator assassins, that sort of thing. And it's very intriguing. And in each of these stories, they definitely managed to tell a really good short story within 20 minutes. The only negative I would have is that you are left wanting more from each of these stories. So whether all 3 of these short stories they've started out with are going to be fleshed out as the series goes on, I don't know. Or are they just going to carry on doing short stories each time? Either way, I think I'd be happy with it, but I would prefer them, I think, to kind of flesh out each of these stories more. A couple of them certainly left me wanting to see more rather than wanting to see different stories emerge. So each of these animations that I'm going through here for you guys have their negatives, but at the same time, I've enjoyed them. So Death's Hand was the first one there, following the Inquisition, as I just said. Bound for Greatness was the second one, and obviously we already know about Old Bailey. That you guys should have seen free already, following Commissar Yarrick, Old Bailey, as the orcs call him, and his endeavours there. But that is actually the 3rd episode, so not even the first one. It doesn't really matter because, like I say, they're not linked to each other. They're all separate stories. But 2nd episode, Bound for Greatness. This follows in the Great Library, below the Imperium, on the Imperial world of Antioth. Adept Neath has only one job: to count the endless books. He is one of hundreds of adepts who count thousands of books under the ever-watchful eye of the prefect in the great processionals. And basically, I'm not going to ruin this one. I think they were all pretty close. I actually really enjoyed the free one that we'd already got without having to pay this subscription, to be honest. But this Bound for Greatness one, there wasn't really any action per se in it at all. But the story and the way they told this, whoever did this episode, and I think it's Storyforge that did this. I can't remember the name of the actual guys who did it, so apologies to them, who GW picked up to actually animate them for them. But the stories were by Storyforge, so that would be GW. But Bound for Greatness, so follows this adept, and it really gets into the lore behind somewhere like this great library on this planet, and how evil the Imperium actually kind of are in a way. And it gets into a lot of stuff to do with chaos and corruption and things like that. I'm not going to spoil anything. And how they kind of integrate into the Imperium in secret kind of thing, to infiltrate the Imperium and cause havoc, essentially. And all I can say is this one kept me glued to the screen the whole way through the 20 odd minutes. Really got me into the world building, and I think I enjoyed this one probably the most, despite it being the least action and things on screen. And because this style of animation, I think, suits that kind of storytelling better than the action. I found the action a bit disjointed with this animation style, and so this one was my favourite personally. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but yeah, overall, guys, the animations for Warhammer Plus, I won't blabber on too much longer about them. Both very different. Angels of Death disappointed me a little bit with what we got. I wish we got given another episode from the get-go. The episode that we got was okay. It was pretty good. I enjoyed parts of it. It didn't, lift me off my seat. It didn't keep me completely engaged, if I'm honest. And the animation style wasn't my cup of tea. You guys might think differently. Opinion is subjective, of course. But Hammer and Bolter was more my cup of tea. The action-based episodes, slightly more negative for me. However, were still pretty cool, especially each episode. The fact that each episode was so different, I really appreciated. But as I've said already, I'm interested to see in the weeks ahead to see what we actually get in terms of the animation content, and that's all I'd say really as to whether it's worth you signing up or not. But certainly, like I say, one or two of these Hammer and Bolter episodes did keep me glued to the screen. To be fair, they were quite interesting to watch, and also kind of educated me even more on the Warhammer universe, and that's what that's just great to see, really. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Are you looking forward to this? Are you signed up? Have you signed up already to Warhammer Animations? Have you watched these episodes yet? If so, let me know what you think about them. And yeah, other than that, guys, let's move on to kind of the second topic really for today, which is more based around these here, which is their Warhammer exclusive shows. So this is kind of a separate topic really, because there's enough to talk about with these as it is. So these there's Battle Report, and then you've got Citadel Color Masterclass with Louise, and she does her she's got a couple of episodes up for a couple of different things which we'll talk about in a moment. But I've checked all of these out. The Citadel Color Masterclass, will start off with that because that doesn't really fuss me. It will maybe for some of you guys. It's more an elite level class of things. If I just click on this here, you'll be able to see, hopefully, if it loads. Basically, you've got a painting faces and pale skin tutorial from her, and a wet blending tutorial as well, to be able to show off to you guys how to do those. But it's neither of them bother me. It's not my cup of tea. Painting tutorials I don't even choose to watch them if they're free. I did check them out for you guys just to kind of see what they're like. Very high quality. Definitely will help you if you're looking for help on these subjects, without a doubt. But other than that, most people, I think, are going to be tempered with these. I don't think it's going to be anything. It's nothing special. But everything that I've seen on their shows, from their show, both of their shows that have been put up so far, are very good quality. So that's all I would really say on that so far. Louise is a lovely gal as well. She's done a great job of these. So big up to Louise. I'm sure you will all enjoy that if you like your painting masterclasses and things like that. But the thing that interested me more, I've always been a fair fan of battle reports on YouTube and things like that, and whether you sign up to something like Mini Wargaming, Tabletop Tactics, that sort of thing. Obviously, there's many different types of battle report you can find in and around the internet nowadays, whether you sign up for premium content or whether you watch it free. I have to say, overall thoughts on their battle reports, you have an Ultramarines versus Necrons 2000 points match play, and then you had like Prior Nexus style, but then you've also got a Stormcast Eternals versus Orc War Clans bat rep that got put up for Age of Sigmar, so that's the new Orcs, so the Dominion stuff, and I think that was I want to say it was over 1,000 points for that one. Both battle reports, really high quality, as you'd expect. Probably some of the best I've seen for animation, things like that in it. And all the effects and different things like that they've included. You'd expect that. In terms of rules and things, I'm not a massive Warhammer Age of Sigmar or 40k player nowadays. So in terms of whether they actually got the rules right in these battle reports, that's a completely separate thing. You guys in the comments will be able to let me know if you spotted any mistakes they may have made, because the editing they must put into and the time they must put into each of these battle reports is insane, because they have to get everything right. They're Games Workshop doing their own battle reports that you're having to pay for. If they don't get it right and they don't get the rules right, they're going to get slammed for it. But I have to say, if Games Workshop were going to do any battle reports for these two games, they're really high quality, they're really good. Nick and Patrick, the guys who have done both of these so far, I don't know if they'll be changing up each week, the guys that actually do them, but I'm guessing it's going to be them two each week. Fun guys, to be fair, they kept me engaged enough. Multiple camera shots of everything, graphics on screen every time something's been targeted, or moves are being made, the list building at the beginning of the game when they're both summing everything up. It's more from like a tabletop tactics style of battle report, I would say, with extra, if I'm honest. That kind of level of battle report that you'd come to expect from Games Workshop. And they are worth paying for, I'll be honest, they are. Obviously, your guys' thoughts might be different, but in my opinion, I thought they were definitely worth your money. I'm not sure yet, and I don't think they've actually mentioned yet whether we're going to get at least one or two of these battle reports every week. If we do, it's definitely worthwhile signing up for, in my opinion. If you don't get one every week, obviously I think that's a big negative. But from what I've seen so far, these two battle reports were great. I was painting up my new crew kill team that I'm going to be using for the new kill team when that drops later this week. So I was enjoying that, watching that in the background. Really, really high production value. And big up to those guys, they've done a good job on that. And you have to let me know your thoughts, guys. Next Wednesday's when they're dropping all their different content every week. Next Wednesday, I believe. Whether we're getting more of these episodes from these shows on, I don't know. But they did say they're going to be dropping in the Lore Master show as well from next Wednesday, which is where you guys will be able to check out like more lore behind Age of Sigmar 40k and different things. I think the different shows are going to cover different lore behind Warhammer, so I'm personally looking forward to that, those shows, because I'm not a big Black Library reader, as I've said. I'm an audiobook guy, if anything, and beyond that, I like to search for my YouTube videos for people explaining me lore, sending me off to sleep whilst they tell me about, Gloomspite Gits, or whatever, within the Warhammer universe, just so I can learn about that faction or that part of the world or that time in Warhammer history. I prefer that. I'm a more visual or audio-based person for learning rather than reading a book, but that's just me. But yeah, that's what's on offer from the get-go, guys, and what I've seen to add to this, really. And I enjoyed watching them, I have to be honest, I did. Like I say, it's all just going to depend on how much of this content we get on a weekly basis as to whether it will keep my interest and keep your guys' interests in the future. But one thing I just wanted to point out here as well, guys, is you get all of their Learn to Play videos have been put in one place on here, which I think is also pretty neat, to be fair. They've just put it all in one place for you. And the standard how to build and how to paint series and things are on here as well. So they've included that all within your area. And they've also put up the cinematic trailers for the different games they've been releasing recently, which is pretty cool. You can check those out if you wanted to as well, I guess. But yeah, overall, the offering from their Warhammer shows pretty neat. If they're releasing them on a weekly basis, I'd definitely be looking into that, guys. But otherwise, that, folks, if I go back to my main screen, there we go, is more or less it for the discussion on Warhammer Plus today. Like I said, I've checked out what they've got on there. You've got things like the apps that will come out as well for your premium access. That makes it worthwhile for some people as well. Once again, I think if you're a Warhammer 40k or a Warhammer Age of Sigmar player, this is going to interest you more than anybody else signing up and subscribing to this, to be honest. If you're subscribing purely for the animations, you might be let down a little bit. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comment section down below. Otherwise, that's it for the show today, guys. I'll be back on hopefully Friday, if not later in the week, to take your guys' main topics for the show. We'll have a good few main topics by then, I would imagine, from the week to discuss. So it won't just be Warhammer Plus. It'll be lots of our different war games that we love to chat about that you guys have submitted topics about. And of course, once again, guys, you can support the show and get your comment question on air for the next show, which will be later this week. Whether you want to talk about Warhammer Plus, give me your thoughts or whatever, I guess. We've already had a few in, but I'm saving those ready for later in the week, so don't worry, guys, they will get answered. But if you want to drop to the link in the description below, guys, hit that. It'll take you to this tipping page. You can tip as much as you want and enter your question. Not only are you supporting the show, but you're helping out me and the show, but you're also giving us some interesting questions, topics to discuss with the community live on air. Otherwise, you can obviously enter it in manually on your browser, rb.gy/OTUPAU, and follow that link. Straight away you'll get that, and you'll be able to submit your question for the next show. Otherwise, guys, I'll look forward to being with you in the next Wargaming Luke show. Until next time, happy wargaming, guys.